Hey YouTube, back with another video. This time we have moved to a player from the South American region, and I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking South American region, it must be Kv1, but no, it's not Kv1. Instead, it's what might be the second best 1v1er in South America. At least it definitely is if you go according to the ranked playlist, as Yanxnzz, or Yanxnzz? I don't know. To be fair, I think I heard some casters call him Yanks, so that's what I'm going to go with, because I'm assuming casters did the research. I was doing some research on how to say his name. I watched some player videos and stuff who played against him, called him like Yanxnzz, or weren't really sure. I'm going to assume the casters Yanks knew better, so that's what I'm going to call him. Yanxnzz is around top 20 in the 1v1 leaderboard in the world right now, behind Kv1, who is in the teens. But it's cool to see another South American 1v1er with how well Kv1 has been doing recently. I'm excited to see how Yanxnzz and the blue team does against some top players. Zarma is a top US East player, pretty sure. Definitely a North American player. And so I'm assuming Yanxnzz queued these US East. I can't imagine that these 1v1ers who played against him today queued Sam just to, you know, play Yanxnzz on his own server. So important to remember that Yanxnzz, as well as Kv1 and any of these other South American players who are playing 1v1s against US East players, are playing with probably around 130 to 160 ping. Depending on where they're at and depending on what kind of server they get, I think he can get a huge range. That's a great save from Yanxnzz, stopping Zarma from being able to take a shot high off the ceiling. Now Yanxnzz going back the other way himself. I think he did end up jumping from the ceiling, so he wasn't going to be able to get a second flip anyways. But he'll take it to the ground. It'll be interesting to see how how Yanxnzz plays compared to Kv1, who also plays in South America. Zarma is going to bump Yanxnzz out of the way to get it first. But one of the things that Kv1 does better than basically everyone else we see him play against is the kickoff. You know, at first thought maybe he just has a higher ping kickoff than others, but he has played players on their own server and still dominated on the kickoff. Yanxnzz, man, nice flip reset, coming all the way from his own side of the field to get a third. Zarma certainly playing on fairly low ping here versus Yanxnzz playing higher, so it's an opportunity for him to show that his kickoff can hang even with the ping differential. And I've said it once, I'll say it a million times. It does seem like kickoffs don't seem to be as affected by ping as you might expect. They just kind of let muscle memory take it away. You know, where ping comes into effect is how you see the ball after the ball bounces away from the kickoff, because the kickoff is basically a guaranteed 50-50, which does take the servers a bit to update. Whenever you you know, have an opponent touching the ball, that's when you're going to see that lag, and the kickoff is a place where that's going to happen for sure. But it usually figures itself out probably by the time. Nice play from the wall from Yanxnzz. It figures itself out by the time you hit the ground after the kickoff. So I imagine it's not too terrible. Although it is one of the best places to gauge the lag, whether or not it affects the play or not. Yanxnzz, a weird backwards wave dash, keeps himself out of the play. Zarma going to be able to get a second. Yanxnzz does have a serious lead, though. 3 minutes into the match, up 5-2. We're going to watch Yanxnzz play Zarma twice in the same rank session, back-to-back, and then we're going to see Yanxnzz play against Brisky, another North American 1v1er who held rank 1 at least at some point in time. As I did my research on Brisky in 1v1, there was a video apparently where he was holding rank 1 during a show match. Yanxnzz, nice delayed touch. You see that early jump, gets Zarma up in the air, preparing for an immediate play, but then Yanxnzz uses the full 1.5 seconds to use the second flip and put it just inside that far post for a sixth. Up 4 with 1:30 left to go. Zarma can have a tough time. I was gonna say should have a tough time creating a shot attempt from the corner here, but one of the ways to do it is to have your opponent dive in to try and dunk it away from you when there really was no threat of a shot opportunity. So Yanxnzz giving Zarma a bit of a free play there. Great cancellation of the flip on the clear from the back wall. Yanx, can he get the tight angle shot? He cannot. In fact, he might have just left Zarma an open net the other way. So a bit of greed from Yanx. Needed to recognize that he wasn't going to find that angle. It did seem possible, though, so I can understand why he pushed for it so hard. 6-4, a minute left to go. Zarma working his way back in after a 5-1 lead for Yanx. Zarma, the on-card dribble. The double jump does not get the ball up in the air much. He has to take it back down to the ground. But he ends up catching it and flicking it above Yanx at the perfect time. So 6-5 and a good kickoff for Zarma. Might be able to tie this one back up. Although he's not been able to get a possession with much momentum or boost. Yanx going to steal midfield. He actually didn't grab his own back corner, but it doesn't really matter. As long as he takes the boost that Zarma would have picked up. Well, you know what? Maybe it did end up mattering because he could have had that as Zarma takes the ball into Yanx's corner. 20 seconds left to go. Zarma's going to need a clutch shot here. The flip reset does put the ball on net, but it's going to be an easy save. And Yanx honestly doesn't even need to be taking this dribble right now. Seems fairly risky, but it doesn't matter. Yanx is going to score to end the game instead of sit and wait on a nice wall to air dribble. 7-5, 6 seconds left to go. Can't imagine a world where Zarma gets 2 in a row without Yanx actively helping him. In fact, looks like Yanx might help him. 7-6, Yanx going to double it off the back wall to finish the game. But man, Yanx taking this first game against Zarma. We'll head to game number 2. Game 2 of Yanx and Zarma played immediately after the previous cue. 7-6, a win by 1 for Yanx. Technically a win by 2 because Yanx just throwing one in for free for fun. He's going to go off 1-0 immediately in this next game as he recognizes the early challenge from Zarma and just gives the nice single jump pop to put it over. The kickoffs have not been as lethal as Kv1. Watching Kv1 play is truly impressive. It's basically what Zarma just did to Yanx, just over and over again. Anytime he gets down in the game, he seems to be able to clutch it back up with just perfectly executed kickoffs. Yanx losing yet another kickoff, has to clear it off his own back wall. Zarma will power shoot it to the top shelf. The save and recovery in net is perfect from Yanx, and although he's not able to score immediately, he might be able to get it off the back wall here. No, touch too strong, but has the 100 boost, and Zarma, who's trying to play aggressive defense, cannot connect, and it'll be an easy touch for a mechanical player like Yanx. Yanx, by the way, a member of Team FeerRL? I don't want to say. I'm sure I'm saying it wrong, but the best South American RLCS team, as he flicks one in for a third. I would say second best, but True Neutral has since left the South American region to join North America and play against the big dogs. In fact, as I record this video, it is the Saturday of the day that they made the semifinals. They'll be playing G2 tomorrow. So you guys watching this, you know how that went. So maybe you guys live in a world in which True Neutral just won the North American Regional. Or maybe you live in a world where G2 took them down. I don't know. Zarma, the single jump, cannot get it past Yanx. Yanx found an opportunity for a power shot up there. Him and Zarma got mixed up in midfield. Came out of that into counter with enough boost to make a play. Zarma can't get back. 4-1 lead. Yanx running it up. Seems like the kickoffs are Zarma's only hope right now, and he hasn't done a great job of getting position on the past couple. Wall to air dribble. The flip reset. Yanx can't get there as he's able to slightly redirect the ball. Wasn't that much of movement from Zarma, but enough to make Yanx miss as he just pushed it slightly off to the left. Zarma, a nice wave dash kickoff. Does get himself the first touch off kickoff as well as the midfield boost, but Yanx just taking it back into his corner, making a nice play and a catch. Wow, Yanx. The flip reset wave dash catch and then pulling it back up to the top shelf in the top left corner. That was a nasty shot. In fact, we're going to watch it again from Yanx's perspective. This was a nutty play. Yanx all the way from that back corner. The flip reset, wave dash catch, and cut. Oh my gosh, that was filthy, man. That was truly insane. That catch from Yanx's perspective. Those dribbles that start after picking up that back corner boost all the way across the field, it's crazy how meta they become. There was a time during Daniel's rise to prominence in the one scene where we called that, or at least I did, called it the Daniel dribble because he was the only one doing it. He was the only one doing it from that far away. There were a lot of people doing wall-to-air dribbles from the midfield boost, or even from a little bit closer to the midfield boost. But nobody was doing it after scooping up back corner boost and then immediately going up into the air. Now we see loads of players doing that all the time. And Yanx, he still didn't take it all the way to the net like very few players can, but he did turn it into a great shot with a nice catch outside the net, which is a level of play that we just didn't see not long ago when watching 1v1. But Zarma, man, that's a nutty shot. A nice 180-degree flick to get that musty kind of flick power, but doing so directly at the net. Yanx. Did he bait Zarma in deep enough? Not quite. Enough for him to pick up corner boost. Not enough to get Zarma to miss. Another full field dribble. This one started maybe a little bit more midfield. Flip reset, slows down the ball and brings it just a little bit higher. He actually protects that ball when you get a flip reset underneath it like that to push it up above. It is a bit of a soft shot, but it comes with the benefit of your car just naturally protecting the challenger from coming up to be able to take it away. So you'll see players end up sitting and watching those as they head in. Yanx, is he going to be able to turn a shot attempt out of this? Oh my goodness, what a nice dribble. So fast. And that'll be it, man. That is a forfeit from Zarma. Yanx absolutely popping off. I can understand why he didn't want to be in this lobby. But 7-3 as Yanx wins the second game. We'll see how he does against Brisky. Yanx versus Brisky. This time on Farmstead. I think we had the first game of the Zarma one on Farmstead as well. But Yanx looking really, really good. He's going to score on an open net that Brisky gave him for free. Yanx looking like a really exciting player to watch. I mean, for the longest time on stream, we didn't really branch out into any of the other regions. Because of when I can stream, we did almost exclusively North American content. For the longest time, people would tell me, Feer, you got to move to other regions. You got to add EU in as well. And, at the time, I just didn't think it was going to be possible to really ever have any EU players on, considering the time zones, considering the ping between the two. And what we've discovered in the past, year or so, as Yanx gets a great dribble above Brisky, is that we really can. We really can do, we can change up the schedule a bit. We can do EU players. We can watch replays of anybody from any region. And, that got us into the EU scene. And the South American scene was one that was slow to be added. And I don't want to say that I was the first to do it, because I certainly was not. I think Kv1 was playing on lots of other streams and locations before he ever played on mine. But I think his debut against Daniel, I didn't really know it at the time, but he played a really close game with him. Daniel was currently unbeatable by basically everyone. And we had him play against Kv1 in South America just as a way to, get South America a chance on the scene. And really, wow, what a great flip reset from Yanx. Yanx is just put on a clip scene while we watch. But it was really just, as a way to show how great Daniel was playing. And it turns out Kv1 had a really close game. Daniel was just barely able to beat him. He lost the South American series 2-1 to Kv1. And then I think what we slowly realized as we got Kv1 in more games is Kv1's actually, insane. the reason why that was a close game is not because of the server situations, because Kv1 is actually, you know, a top player like Daniel, and we've seen ever since Kv1 has really gotten his shot against everybody in other regions, he can't be stopped. I don't think a player has taken more than one game off of him in many show matches, which is crazy to think, considering the fact that until Mount 1v1 included South America and got Kv1, you know, an opportunity to play against a lot more players, I don't think people were talking about Kv1 too much as a potentially, you know, best player in the world, which isn't, you know, necessarily the case right now, but you should include him in a conversation. He hasn't, you know, shown any signs of slowing down, and the reason why we're talking about Kv1 during a Yanks 1v1 is because, you know, we got to branch out more. We got to look at more 1v1ers from more regions, because it's looking like Yanks is right there at the same level. Seems like a super high level 1v1 player. He's going to smack in a 6-2. He's going to have somebody forfeit with 3 minutes left to go. Yanks going up 6-2. Brisky's had enough, man. Yanks is just going to keep running up if he keeps playing, so he's done. So, man, Yanks looking really good in the 3 replays we watched of him. I really want to get Yanks on stream. If you guys are watching this and you know Yanks, I think the account that he has on the top 100, it's like a Signet account. So I don't know if it's Epic or if it's, you know, a PS4 or Xbox, but I tell you what, I'd be very interested in getting Yanks on a live show match. So hopefully we can get him. Hopefully I can find reach out to him and make that connection. But Yanks, man, looking really good in these ranked replays.